Hello and welcome to The Way the Dragondog Shaman. Hey, my name is Sifu Boggie and welcome to The Way of the Dragondog Shaman. So this is the first show on the Akashic Academy. I'm so glad to be here. It's so awesome. So thank you to Emily for creating such a perfect space. Let's begin. So firstly, my name is Sifu Boggie. You know, on Facebook, I'm called Paul Brighton. That's my birth name. But what does Sifu Boggie mean? Well, Sifu means guide, means muse, means parent, somebody who guides you, somebody who supports you, somebody points you in that direction. Doesn't necessarily tell you what to do, but helps you on your way. Boggie is my healing and my martial name. Boggie means the balance between the chaos and the calmness. Now you'll see this a lot in my shows, the Tai Chi symbol on a hammer, on a war hammer. But the Tai Chi symbol, a lot of people say the yin yang symbol, but yin yang would actually be half a dark circle and half a light circle. And that yin yang would represent opposing opposites, which are, we have been in for a long, long time. The Tai Chi symbol represents how the universe actually is, this harmony. Things process, they grow, they flow. So Boggie means the balancing of chaos and calmness. Now, so what is the way of Dragondog Shaman, or Daoist Dragondog Shaman, as it says? I've just realized it actually says in the title Daoist Dragondog Shaman. So Dao means the way, so it's a little bit of a joke, the way of the way. Dao means the way, the path, the balance. And a Dragondog Shaman, if you ever look at pictures in China, you'll see animals that look like this. Now, originally they used to call them lions, and in the Chinese festivals they say the lion dog or lion dance, because when the Westerns first came over to China, they thought that they were lions. But the actual name is Lon Fu. Long means dragon and Fu means dog, which is quite funny because they also call them Fu dogs. So they're saying dog dog. Now, the dragon dogs were said to have come from, well, the dragon dogs, the Yellow Emperor, and who's about 5,000 BC, talks about, and the ancients talk about the dragon dogs, and they were one of the three beings that came down to China. And the dragon dogs were said to come from the sun, which they call, in Daoist philosophy, they call the sun the Stargate. So they said that the dragon dogs came from the sun, from the Stargate. And the dragon dogs, that ball, if you ever watch the movie Thrive, it's one of the really good movie to see that information. And Thrive, on Thrive, it shows that ball in full detail, and it is a 3D representation of the flower life. So the dragon dogs brought the flower of life, the sacred geometry, and they brought other information. So the Dragondog Shamans were the keepers, the guides, sort of like the Jedi, the pillars of light. They looked after that information. They were the keepers of that information. So Dragondog Shaman use energy work. They use also massage. They can massage somebody, but they can use energy work. But they also connect with all the energies of the universe, and they see everything in the universe as living consciousness. In Taoism, that's how they see reality. That reality is like the Matrix, but it is living. Everything is conscious. It's all one consciousness. It's all one being playing out in different roles. So a Dragondog Shaman can download different energies from different elements, from different from different beings, so trees, rocks, animals, plants. There's my phone go mental now. Dragondog Shaman can communicate with different things, but they also use the ley lines, which are the meridians of the planet. So the ley lines are the meridians of the planet. Then certain crossways, certain sections like Salisbury, they are the chakras of the planet. And the energy above the earth itself is the aura of the planet. So in the ancient Daoist knowledge and the Dragondog Shaman knowledge, there were many different layers. And those layers are now turned into, like, we know them in modern day as different systems. So we know the chakras, we know the auras, we know the meridians. Connected to the meridians are the dantians, which we'll talk about later. You also have the Merkaba or Merkaba, also in modern society we know as the Star of David. And you also have the toroidal field, or the toroidal field, like a donut. It's represented by the flower of life. It's the energy that crosses over. And in our heart, we have that energy flowing around. They found the bioelectrical field is like a donut field. And the more happy you are, the more you expand, that bigger that field becomes. So in the ancient cultures, and Taoism being one of them, they talked about these layers being all interconnected. So the meridians, the chakras, the aura, the Merkaba or Merkaba, and the Torah field were 5 layers. Now in China, they call them the 5 horses, the 5 spirit horses. And those 5 spirit horses had 3 riders. And the 3 riders are what I call the dantians, or think of them as energy spheres or cooking pots. Now the dantian means cinnabar field, so it's a field that draws up this vital energy, this vital material. Now, using my dear old trusted Buddha, the 3 dantians, there's one in the belly. This is why Buddha has a big belly. There's one in the heart. This is why Buddha has big moves. He's got a big chest. So he's full of love and compassion. The belly is full of Qi, which is physical vitality. The middle dantian is full of Jing, which is emotional vitality. So on one side, it's passion. And on the other side, it becomes compassion, unconditional love. And at the top of the head, in the center of the brain, the pineal gland, is the top dantian, which is Shen. So for Dragondog Shaman, if you want to manifest something, if you're going to create something, if you're going to heal somebody, it starts off as an idea. You then add your passion, so you add your love, your passion to that idea, and then you physically do something. So that comes from the belly. So the idea is that everything is fueled at least by the belly, the Qi, lower dantian, the heart, the Jing, middle dantian, and the Shen, the top dantian, or behind the third eye, the pineal gland. So for Dragondog Shaman, you have these 3, everything is related to these 3 main energies. And then you have other energies added on top. And you can, your consciousness is fueled by these 3 energies, and those 3 energies work their way through the meridians, which are the channels of the body, like the ley lines on the planet. The chakras, now the chakras are the emotional centers of the body. The auras deal with your thoughts, your inspirations, the spirit. So people who can see auras see that things sort of can fade in or fade out from the aura. So when you're ill, your aura becomes more and more smaller. It fades more and more and shrinks down. But when you're well, when you're supercharged, it becomes bigger and bigger, because people like Mother Teresa and people like the Dalai Lama are said to have huge auras that people can sense them from miles away because the energy is so big. Then you have the Merkaba, which is a triangle pointing down and a triangle pointing up. this energy is the masculine energy, but this is the creation energy. This is also when people talk about lucid dreaming or astral traveling, this is part of that. It can help you travel great distances. It can help you generate great energies. And that's why the Star of David, because Saint David was in the Christian Bible, was the only saint to transcend while still alive. So he transcended to heaven while still alive, and it was said that it was because the macabre came down and picked him up and took him away. His macabre was fully active and took him away. And then the torrential field, that energy that's outside, so the energy outside the earth, the energy outside you, your field of feeling and understanding. And when you build up more and more energy, you can sense things, you can sense people coming towards you. That is the Torah field within the shaman knowledge and the ancient knowledge. So I've just given you 10 tons of stuff to focus on, to learn that there's all different energy fields. So the idea is, from now on, we'll slowly go through that drip by drip. We'll build things, because the key of what I can do as a Dragondog shaman and what I can do with my other skills is that my teachers taught healers to never burn out, to do 8, 9, 10, 12 hours of healing and still feel fine afterwards, to always be connected with their energy, with universal energy, and to be, in essence, the best healers or light workers that they can be. And that was the job of the Dragondog shaman, was to help people find that power, because you are powerful. You are powerful. You may not think it right now, or you may know it, but you are powerful. And you are powerful because you are the universe, and the universe is you. Everything is interconnected. Science says this, the ancient stories say this, everything is interconnected. You can find that in quantum physics. There is in the 1915, I think it was, the scientists, no, actually it was later than that, it was 1960s, I think, that scientists did an experiment and they found that there was an energy called the field that interconnects us all. So what we'll go through there's a great show with Coach Nick and the wonderful Emily, I call her Sifu E. We are on the Sangha, and on the Sangha I do a show that is more about the practicalities, more about hardcore Qigongs that can help your joints and is great for healers and coaches. Or this show, I want to do more of the energy stuff. I want to do more of the spiritual stuff. I want to build up your power, because the only limit to your energy is you. I repeat, the only limit to your energy is you. So I'm going to have a quick look at some of these, and let's have just a flick through. Cool, blimey, there's quite a few. I'm going to probably have to say most of these till later. So let's see. There's they're saying hi to Emily. Sifu E, how you doing? Renee wants to know, did I bring the lightsabers? What are they talking about? Well, I have a few props. I love props. Now, did you know that in Star Wars that the word Jedi is actually Egyptian, and it comes from the word Jedi, which means the keepers of the pillar of light. So that lightsaber is a pillar of light, and the Jedi were said to be related to the Daoists of China, and they understood, they actually had their versions of what's called Qigong. Qigong means energy exercise, and Qigong is all about harnessing the light, drawing in your energy, drawing it into yourself. And there are two energy systems. Now, most of you have probably heard of the Kundalini. Now, oh, you can't quite see it. Let's see if I, oh no, wrong way. So you see behind me, you've got the chakra system. This is a Daoist version of the chakra system. And instead of two snakes that you see normally with the Kundalini, they have a dragon. And the dragon rides up your Kundalini. It starts from the earth, the fire, and it rises up the spine. And as it rises up the spine, it activates the different chakra points. So as you draw in Kundalini energy, the fire, it rises up. Now, in the medical profession, you see the two serpents going upwards. Now, have you ever noticed what's going downwards? It's a sword. Now, that sword actually represents the light, or in the Daoist term, they call it the water. So the water shoots down the spine, so it goes from heaven all the way down into the earth, and the fire comes up. So you are connecting the yin and the yang, connecting the yin and yang to form Tai Chi. So you're creating balance within the body. So that is one of the secrets, is that it's not just the Kundalini energy. You want the water energy shooting down from heaven as well. And we can explore these. These are things that I've studied and learned. But I want to push on. I want to teach you today a very simple Qigong. A very simple Qigong with a dragon dog twist. So I sit on a ball. I sit on a yoga ball. If you're seated on your seat, just try to move a little bit forward. And what I want you to do is move a little bit forward so your back is not leaning on the seat. And just tuck in your bum if you can. And just stretch your spine. Just feel like your spine's being stretched. And just have a little wiggle, a little shake. So shake your arms if you need to. Stamp your feet, shake your legs if you need to. Then I want you to focus on the ball of your foot pushing into the ground. That's the K1 point, the kidney point, and that's going to draw energy up, and it's also going to allow energy to go down. And that we'll talk deeper into that in another time. But I'm going to do a very simple meditation for about 5 minutes. So get yourself ready, get yourself nice and relaxed. And what we're going to do is what's simply called Qi in and Cha out. So what I want you to do is place your hands onto your belly and place the hands on the belly. And now what I want you to do, I want you to be feeling, seeing, and doing. That's the essence of a dragon dog. They do the three ones. It's the Qi, Jing, and the Shen. So the Qi is doing, the Jing is feeling, and the Qi is doing, the Jing is feeling, and the Shen is seeing. So with your hands on your belly, as you breathe in, I want you just to allow your belly to expand. So you breathe in, allow the belly to expand, and I'll do it as big as I can. And then as you breathe out, just gently pull your belly in, not too much, not too hard, not too strong, no tension. So breathe in, let your belly expand, and as you breathe out, gently pull your belly in. Okay, so breathing in expands the belly, and breathing out, pull the belly in. Now, as you breathe, you get to breathe as much as you can, and when you can't breathe in anymore, breathe out. And when you can't breathe out anymore, breathe in. So it's just like the waves on the Tai Chi symbol. As you breathe in until you can't breathe in anymore, and then breathe out. And just allow the hands to follow that. So we're going to add one more to that. So as you breathe in, I want you to feel yourself expand like your balloon. And then as you breathe out, just sink and relax again. Not too hunched, but just allow yourself to shrink down. And breathe in. Feel yourself expand. And breathe out. And allow yourself to sink and relax and contract. Now one more. So we got the doing. I want to add, and we got sort of the feeling to an essence, and now we're going to add a little bit more of seeing in the feeling. So as you breathe in, I want you to imagine you're drawing in air, all the universe, all the energy, all the chi, all the light, the positivity, everything you do want from the universe into you. But don't worry about thinking it's going to run out, because the universe will always make more. So breathe in and draw in as much as you possibly can. You want to almost make yourself feel like a light bulb. And then as you breathe out, you let go of all the char, all the stress, all the worry, all the tension, all the fear, everything you don't want. So breathe in the chi and expand. Breathe out the char and contract. Now just breathe in and just feel yourself. Every time you breathe in, you get lighter. Lighter as in weight and lighter as in brightness. And then every time you breathe out, more of the darkness is being pushed away, is disappearing, to make more space for the chi. And you breathe in and you expand again. And not only your body is expanding, but your chakras are expanding, your meridians are expanding. Everything is getting bigger. You're almost growing in your imagination. So continue just to breathe in and expand and glow. And breathe out and let the char go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to do it for a count of 8 more. So breathe in, continue breathing in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just continue that just for a couple more breaths. Feel yourself glow and expand. Breathe out and release and let go. Just carry that on for 3, 2, 1. Now, I just want you to take your hands off your belly, wiggle your hands a little bit, wiggle your arms, wiggle your body, and then I want you to sort of draw a big circle around and above your head as you breathe in, and breathe out, and draw all that chi, all that energy back to your belly, and put your hands on your belly. Okay, so breathe in, draw a big circle, and breathe out with the hands on the belly. 2 more times, 3 more times. Breathe in, circle round, breathe out, hands on the belly. Breathe in, breathe out, hands on the belly. 1 more time. Breathe in, breathe out, hands on the belly. And just allow yourself to wiggle and move. Allow that energy to flow. Now, anybody in the UK, and it's 9:30 at night, may need to message me and I'll teach you another exercise, or look up Sifu Boggie on YouTube and look for Willow Tree Qigong, Qing. Qigong, Willow Tree Qigong, or Twist the Waist, because you may need to draw that energy down more, because it may wake you up. It may, especially on this solar eclipse, it may boost up your energy. So Kelly is saying feeling relaxed and very focused. Thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, please comment. Please put some comments. Hub is also saying feeling very relaxed now. Also said, I see a dwelling dragon changing colors, moving through the air, then all the way down and up again, changing colors. Awesome, because it's going through the chakras. It's going through the different energy chakras. So it's picking up the different emotions that reside in those chakras. Now, dragons are said to come from heaven in Chinese philosophy. They come from heaven, but they can also live in the earth. And in actual fact, the ley lines, what we call the ley lines in the West, the dragons call the dragon lines. And they are the dragon lines, the energy points that grid all over the planet. But also, what a lot of more spiritual people know is that they also grid all through space. So the energy lines zig and zag energy everywhere. And the dragon dogs tap into those different lines. So you would tend to see dragon dogs in certain places, dragon dog shaman, because they're tapping into that energy and picking up. But they can also tap into the energy from anything and everything. Now, I did promise, or I did say in the notes, that I do a I Ching reading. So I Ching. Now, I Ching means... I Ching means the little book that tells the truth. So I'm going to very quickly shuffle these cards, because I know there's another show after me and I don't want to impede them. And I'll pick a card. Whoa. Okay, so this card is card number 63, and let me just check. I'm pretty sure 63. Yes. So it's completion and after. So the basic meaning for this card is all seems successfully resolved, but take care. A brief success is not the final victory, and further confusion could easily follow. This pot will boil dry or spill without great diligence and firmly honorable conduct. Now that's quite funny, because with the Daoist stuff, Daoist philosophy of energy, as a healer, you always need to build your energy, just like a weightlifter builds his muscles, or a runner always goes to the runs and gets longer and longer. So we use Qigong, which is energy exercises that builds up physical vitality. We also use Neigong, which is like yoga. It's actually also called Daoist Yoga, which stretches the tendons and also releases emotional strain and stress. So it improves emotional vitality, Jing. And we also do Shen Gong, or meditation, which improves the Shen, the spirit, the mind. So inspiration, thought, and beyond. Now, Qigongs can actually do all three, and there are exercises in the future I'll probably show that will do all three. So I think that's it for now. Next week, next week we'll probably focus on, I want to do some bellow breathing, which helps fuel the energy in the belly, in the heart, and in the head more. So that will probably be what we'll be doing next week. Unless you have questions, please give me questions. I love questions. If you want questions, we might shape the show in a slightly different way if you have questions. So next is Jack Coleman and Life Hackers. So let's wrap this up. So guys, for my first show, hope you enjoyed it. If you want to find me, you can find me in the Coaches and Healers Sangha. And you can also find, I do a show myself. So for healers and coaches in the future, if you're interested, look up The Way of Conscious Mindfulness. So that's it. I'm going to go because I'm looking forward to the next show myself. So take care. Bye for now. Love, Qi, and Shen from Sifu, Boggie and The Way of the Dragon.